I really want to talk to the people who watch my YouTube videos and have more of a two-way street type of conversation. So I had the idea to reach out to 6 subscribers via Instagram to see if they'd be interested in something like this. And we had video calls and I turned it into this Q&A video and I hope you enjoy it. Hi.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Hello.
Hi. Hi. How are
How are
you?
you doing? I'm good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I was just being a little creep and stalking your Instagram again, and I was like, I'm so excited to talk to you. How are you tonight, this evening? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York. Long time watcher, first time caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Annette.
Finally.
I've been watching you since the beginning of time, and you and Larry as well. So I'm like, I'm actually speaking to you. I literally just did some jumping jacks right before you called. And then the camera came on. I'm like, oh my gosh, my cheeks are all red.
Okay, this is the really awkward part where I have to ask you what is your question?
If you were to lose the login for your YouTube channel tomorrow, what do you think you would do? So in short, I'm asking, if you weren't a YouTuber, what do you think you would do?
I would love to work on big movies.
Nice.
Love watching Lord of the Rings behind the scenes.
Oh, really?
What's the movie or what's the Game of Thrones? I've never even seen the series, but I've seen all the behind the scenes. And I just love the effort and care and teamwork that goes into these big productions. I think it would be so fun.
Obviously, there's lots of different roles on a production set. Do you think that there's one that really speaks to you, or have you thought about that?
Maybe film scoring, if I had the skills.
Do you play an instrument?
No.
How has being a YouTuber changed you as a person?
Ooh.
I know, that's what I thought.
Oh my God. The failing publicly and failing often thing has been life-changing. It's already embarrassing to fail in public and try new things. And then it adds embarrassment to film yourself doing new things, and people could potentially see you do that. That's very embarrassing. So actually, I'd like to say to the world, if you think you're embarrassed doing a new thing, at least you don't have to film it. Just give yourself that, mentality.
Yeah, you're right.
It could be worse. I'm 27 now, and I would say from 19 to 25, I was really nervous about failing.
Do you have any advice to people who might be watching about how they can overcome that insecurity of what they look like in front of their own peers?
Yeah, I think I was just talking to a friend about this the other day, and it's the really hokey, infamous Dr. Seuss quote of those who matter don't mind and those who mind don't matter. And there's so much, it's a hokey quote, and it's people talk about it all the time because it's just really good.
Can I ask how you handle the work-life balance? Because with YouTube, it has to be so hard.
Yeah, it's funny. That's the biggest thing I need to figure out this year. That and mindfulness. I'm trying to be way better at being in the present moment and not thinking of a million things at once. I used to be very strict in my schedule. It was 6:30 to 8:30. It's at the gym, and I scheduled the time that I walked there, and I scheduled the time that I ate and showered, and then if I showed you my calendar, it was all time blocked, and I did that for majority of last year. But I found that it just made me really frustrated when things didn't go to plan, or when I was behind or something, and it just made it so everything in life was stressful because it was I'm always behind.
Yeah, I had the same. I found out that it wasn't healthy, and it was so frustrated because then life isn't working like that, and you have to be spontaneous in some things and react on the outputs from the world.
I'm trying this new thing, trying to be cool, chill Mac. I don't know how it's going so far, but I'm trying to be cool. and
Is it working?
not have. I don't know.
My question for you is what you are afraid of when it comes to your YouTube channel or even growing on YouTube, whether it's like creating a certain video, talking about a certain topic, a new editing style. What are you afraid of and why, do you think?
Ooh.
Are you afraid of this question?
Yeah, exactly. I know if I want to grow, I could be fine just where I'm at right now, but if I want to make more videos and publish more often, I would need to hire an editor. But I'm very just like trepidatious around handing that off to someone else, or I don't know. I'm nervous about how to scale my videos in the future, because I think the biggest help that I could get is editing. It's the biggest time suck for me. It takes forever. And it's also my favorite part. So I don't really want to hand it off, but I have to be filming. I have to be writing. And so editing's kind of the only thing I can hand off, and I don't really know how to do that. So I'd say that's what I'm scared of. How do you feel with having someone edit your podcast, in that, at least I know for myself with like the Live Laugh Larry podcast, I wouldn't want anyone else to edit it because I don't need anyone listening to how bad I sound for an hour. Like, I cut it down so I sound good. But like, you know, how do you feel about that?
But I think honestly on my side, it just took me being like, if I want to grow, I cannot sweat the small stuff, because I had to let it go. So yeah, I hear stuff every once in a while that I'm like, ooh, not how I would do it. I felt like I had to get out of my own way. I was open to the idea that maybe somebody else could do it better than me. Like, just because someone wasn't doing it my way didn't make it not as good. It was like training an AI model. Like, it got better and better over time, you know? So that then freed me up, like, to actually grow my business. And my business grew exponentially once I like took my hands off the neck of everything I was doing.
Yeah, can you put a stick like right, maybe a little more over? Okay, can you put a stick right there?
I just saw that you are on challenges right now on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
How can you have like motivation to do it and to record it and to post it?
Yeah, good question. I think the motivation before, it was because I just wanted my YouTube channel to work, and I was like, well, I think this might be a good idea, so this is my job and I just have to go do it, I guess.
How do you manage the pressure?
Oh,
It's more like that.
When no one was watching my videos, it sucked and it was embarrassing, and there was the pressure of like, oh God, like some friend from high school is gonna see this and they're gonna make fun of me or something, you know. There was that. And then I got 20,000 subscribers. It went from like 0 to 20,000. Like, I was 0 for a long time, and then the 20,000 happened kind of quickly. And that was a little jarring, or like scary, I guess, of just like, oh no, like all these people are gonna have opinions of me, and that is scary. So how I handle it is, I think, having just a really wonderful support system, and knowing that, like, and also just for myself, I like to think that I'm pretty, not a perfectionist, but like, I know that I wouldn't post anything that I didn't think was good. And I kind of trust my inner voice for that. And then, having the support system of like, will my dad still love me? Will my mom still love me? And will my family, or like boyfriend and friends, still love me? It's like, if that's the case, then the video can go out. But if I'm doing anything or saying anything that I'm like, my family might not like that, then it's just like that I don't. So yeah, does that kind of answer it?
Do you find after you started seriously content creating that your consumption of YouTube has changed? Because that happened to me for a while, and I was like, this ain't good. Because it used to be something I would do for downtime, and then now it's like I'm researching with YouTube and like listening to it nonstop and have it playing all the time.
Yeah, it definitely did change the way I watch YouTube videos, because it's like, actually, to almost to the point of like, oh, I actually can't watch this video because, you know, you read the title and it's like, oh, I'd like to do something like that, but I'm not going to watch the video because I want to make sure I'm not getting any ideas from them or like ripping them off in any way. So there was like a level of that. But yeah, it's you watch a video and you can admire someone's editing style or the font that they use, the music that they're using, and yeah, it definitely changes how I watch YouTube. And to your point, yeah, it kind of takes the fun out of it a little bit because I'm analyzing the videos as I'm watching them. Oh, what else was I going to say about that? There was one thing about YouTube videos. I don't remember. It's gone.
I'll come to you at 3 a.m. and
Yeah, I'll call you.
Yeah, call me.
Hello, I'm just jumping in to do some rapid fire Q&A questions, starting with, what's the favorite place you've traveled? Norway. How old are you? 27, and I found my first gray hair yesterday, followed by another one and another one, so age is happening. What's the story behind your name? My parents made it up. So my mom is Chinese and her last name is Ma, and my dad's grandmother's name was Carrie, or Kari if you have a European accent. So they shoved those two names together and got Makari, or often confused with Makari. So if there's ever any wonder, it is Makari, but if you're European, Makari actually kind of makes sense. So that's my name. Don't wear it out. Do you miss your project management days? No, not really. What do you do on those days when you're feeling down? How do you fix your mood? I write all of the activities that make me happy in my journal so that when I'm feeling sad or when I don't want to do anything, I can refer back to what usually makes me happy and kind of pick from that list and just force myself to do one of those activities that a happier version of me knew made me happy. So I kind of trick myself a little bit. Will you continue riding and one day upgrade your bike? Yes and yes. More on that in future videos. Would you consider trying mountain biking? Also hard yes. Used to be a hard no in my life, but I'm now starting to see how that could be fun. And lastly, who is the sponsor of this video? Great question, Ben. The answer is Skillshare. If you're familiar with my videos, you'll know that I've recently gotten into knitting. So much so that I've even started a new project. Ta-da! It's a scarf. Brought to you by Skillshare's Learn the Basics of Knitting a Simple Scarf class. And once I conquer my scarf, I'm going to finally attempt to knit a hat because they have classes for that too. Now, if you're not into knitting, that's okay because Skillshare has thousands of other classes in subjects like writing, playing an instrument, painting, entrepreneurship, career switching, and more. If you're interested, you could get a free 1-month trial to Skillshare if you're one of the first 500 people to sign up using my link in the description box below. So definitely check it out if you're looking to take your career, hobbies, or passion projects to the next level. Now back to my conversations. Something that I would love to be able to incorporate in my videos one day, like actually making like more cinematic videos. Because I just shoot on my phone. Everything is just shot on my iPhone. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. I thought for sure you were maybe using a camera at times, and like
No.
some of the more like spontaneous outdoors shots were like on the phone. That's really cool to know that you're shooting exclusively on a phone.
Yeah, it's all my iPhone. I did my first couple of videos. My camping one was shot mostly on, I have an old Canon 70D camera that I got in 2015 with the money I made from working at Shoppers Drug Mart. And that I filmed on that. And then I just realized that I could get better shots with less effort on my phone because they're so good. But that's my next purchase. I'd like to get a nice camera and put some more effort into framing shots and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll
yeah.
see.
What is kind of your process for going from like initial concept to finished product? Like, are you scripting things ahead of time, or are you more like loosely outlining, or a little bit of both?
It's turning into a little bit of both. I used to script things to a T. I had a shot list. I was going through my old stuff like a year ago. I used to make my videos in like Excel spreadsheets and say which camera, when I still use my other camera, I was like, which camera, which mic, what angle, whatever, like what feeling each shot was. And that's how I used to do all my videos. And now it's just like a doc in Notion. And I like write out my script and my storyline.
it used to be pretty word for word, and now actually it was the road trip video with my dad where I tried to make that video word for word, and I'd be like, okay, Dad, like, let's go back here and refilm this thing, and I need you to say, or like, I knew what I was going to say, and I always leave him hanging because I don't want him to be scripted. Just that didn't feel good. It was just like, it felt really fake to have this weird relationship with my dad that way. And so that video, like on day 2, just ended up being very unscripted because I was like, screw it. It's all unscripted. It's just a fun family video. And I loved how it turned out. And so I think going forward, I'm going to be more loose outlines of the message that I'd like to convey and have some talking points, or at least some things that I want to make sure I hit in a voiceover. But for the most part, I'm not going out like scripting everything. I'm scared that I'm putting too much vulnerability on the internet. I think what I strive for in the videos is to show that, like, if you don't know something, that's okay. You're going to have to suck really bad at it a couple times, and then you can be better at it. And that's literally the only way you can learn a new skill, is to just push through the suck. And, you know, I get some comments that are like, oh, this is so endearing, or it's wholesome, and that's so cool and good for you for trying. But then I'll get a comment every now and then that's like, I can't believe you did it this way, or like, you got ripped off and you spent too much on this. And I'm like, well, I don't even know what I don't know. So, you know, and so I'm nervous that I put too much vulnerability out there, and I'm giving 150,000 plus people, or 1 million plus people on some videos, the opportunity to think I am not a smart person. And I don't like that. That is a fear of mine, for sure.
Yeah, it's scary to put yourself out there. But as the great Brene Brown says, we can't take feedback from people who aren't in the arena. So unless those people commenting on your videos are also making, you know, millions of views and have 150K subscribers at this point, then we don't have time for that.
My last question for you is, what is a project you would like to promote?
Tune into what you up to if you want to see any DIYs. And other than that, if anyone ever comes to Vancouver, hit me up.
I want to promote my brand, my clothing brand, awareness. I'm wearing a hoodie. We are a recent brand from Portugal.
Everybody can go and order my book, When I Start My Business, I'll Be Happy, a practical, no BS guide to successful online entrepreneurship. It's my debut book, and pre-orders mean the world to a new author.
This obviously isn't self-published. Like, who are you publishing through?
Through Hachette, so it's one of the big 5. They're actually number 2 in the world.
And you put me in it?
I did.
Wild.
I love you. I think you're the best. I just love your stuff.
My message to the world is follow the dreams that you have. Do the little hobbies that you didn't expect yourself to, you know, actually fulfill. Like, you just got to get started. And if it's something that you enjoy doing, nobody cares. Just do it. It's all gonna be worth it at the end.
I think do what makes you happy. You had just one life, and it's so short, and you never know like what happens the next day. So yeah, be careful with your time, and yeah, that's it.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself and keep things, not you, but just like everyone in general. It's like, don't put too much pressure on yourself, and, you know, just like follow what feels right and work hard and like enjoy the process, and, you know, things fall into place as they should. So yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, can you hold my bike? Yeah. Thank you.
It's been a fun, like a really fun day. I was a little nervous about how this video concept could go. Like, is super fun way to meet people. B is I seem like an arrogant asshole asking people to ask me questions. so far it's been going really well.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to meet some really awesome people. So like yourself. So again, thank you for this.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Maybe I'll see you in Portugal.
I wait.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
See
you.
Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, thank you. You have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye. For real. Bye. All of my calls were supposed to be 15 minutes. They've all been like
I'm
30 to
sorry.
45. No,
I
it's me.
rambled.
It's me. I talk. Okay, but I do have to go. Otherwise, I will be late for someone,
go,
which is my nightmare. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Really quick before ending this video, I wanted to say a huge thank you to Sam, Annette, Jess, Mariana, and Nancy, and Michelle for talking to me twice because I forgot to click record the first time. And if you'd like to participate in something like this, I'll link the participation form below. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye, everyone.